All right, kids, it's that time of the year again. The beginning of the school year, followed by the return of football, a temperature drop with a little nip in the air, different color leaves, and then a season change. And what do you get?
It is autumn. ¡Cállate! My husband is cutting the backyard, so I decided to bless him with my company, even though he does not deserve me. I have arrived! Good job! Yeah, that's enough.
Fall? Well, yes. Christian Girl Autumn? Sure. Pumpkin spice everything? Unfortunately. But all of those ingredients can be found in the basic white girl. Notice how I didn't add any seasoning. No, that's not fair. More on this later, but the flavor of pumpkin spice is a mixture of spices and seasoning. Today we're going to talk about what's otherwise known as the common white girl and the stereotypes about her. Being basic, because as you'll see today, we all have some of these tendencies, basically. And we're going to start with, as basic as it is, Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary describes a basic white girl as a girl who thinks she's so different from the others, but conforms to all of the popular trends. Her starter kit includes, but is not limited to, all of these things, highlighting Starbucks, Lululemon yoga pants, and an iPhone.
What is this, an iPhone 9? It's like a Walkman. I don't know nothing about this. That's before my time.
Now you may say, Jeffy, a lot of people like Chipotle, white Converses, and Instagram. And to that, it's like, don't call me that. Besides, someone coming off of Hot Girl Summer wouldn't say those things. You just exposed yourself.
Y'all feel this heat?
Okay.
Oh my God. She pale like a zombie. You know they eat the hottest people first. Let me back my tasty ass up. Okay.
But even the opposite of a basic, a bad chick, would like some of these things individually, sure, and maybe a few of them, just not a lot of them or all at once. After all, Mary J. Blige does Christian Girl Autumn better than anyone, and nobody would call her basic. But maybe now you can kind of understand how, from the perspective of someone who's basic, in general, they would wonder why they couldn't be baddies. And white women specifically, they may, of course, question why this is made about race, confirming that they see color. Being grouped based on things you like and enjoy isn't fair. Picture them saying, I'm not like most girls, and most importantly, they may not like all of the same things because they're popular or trendy. Some stuff is timeless and staples of a certain society or culture. Look, as I mentioned earlier, going back to the pumpkin spice thing, before it started being used in Starbucks lattes in 2003, pumpkin spice referred to a blend of spices that was used to flavor pumpkin pie, often combining cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice, and cloves. The spice blend has long been a part of the American baking tradition. In fact, there are two recipes for spice-filled pumpkin pie in Amelia Simmons' 1798 reprint of her cookbook, American Cookery. One made with nutmeg and ginger, and the other with allspice and ginger. I added that extra information because Amelia Simmons, for coming up with that blend, bad chick. Bonus for making a cookbook out of it. But there's levels. Pumpkin pie, basic. Sweet potato pie, baddie. You know, let's see what Miss Simmons did about slavery before I call her a baddie. Anyways, centuries later, in the 1930s, spice manufacturing companies came out with a pumpkin pie spice, a pre-blended mix that meant bakers could buy one spice instead of several. So manufacturing companies didn't come up with anything, but they sold it, so not the baddest chick, but they're getting that money? On Polo I, one of the Banda Islands in Indonesia, archaeologists found ancient nutmeg residue on ceramic pottery shards that they estimate to be 3,500 years old. All of that to say, see, pumpkin spicing stuff has been a thing for a long time. Maybe being basic is on a spectrum. On one end, this ancient Indonesian woman who used nutmeg, baddest chick. On the other, George Renninger, who many believe invented candy corn. While we're talking about a man, let's discuss how being basic impacts men. It doesn't. As you can see, there's no prevailing idea of a basic white man. I'm sure we can imagine what he would look like and enjoy. I did a video about White Boy Summer just recently. I couldn't even tell you whether I was basic or a baddie. Judge gently in the comment section, oh my gosh. But I've been Team Android forever. I don't listen to Drake, really. I don't know why I would assume that would make me basic. I use a spice blend, seasoning salt. Favorite food is sandwiches. I have adult braces. Here's the shoes that I'm currently wearing. I usually got on Columbus tees and Ohio State shirts, which Makes me kind of a bro-hio, but not homage ones. And I don't know if I get points for not wearing them or lose points because I ain't spending no money on that expensive nonsense. This may be for another episode, but I want to close by telling the basics to like what they like, whether or not they do so because that thing is popular. Hey, you make it trendy and popular, after black girls and black women do it first.
You know what? If you can commit, then I'd be more than happy to have another pair of feet around.
Well, don't say it like that, but I'll be there. And I would ask what I would bring, but I already know that I'm enough.
They don't even need to be a baddie if they don't want to be. Being ourselves ain't bad. Yeah, I included myself in that part. White girls and women are being singled out as a collective for what is common for so many basic peoples. And if this makes an individual basic white girl feel isolated, remember, there's a lot of other girls out there that are just like them. So you're not alone.